Hello everyone and welcome to my Cox Plate runner by runner preview. I'm so excited for the race on Saturday. Can't wait to get stuck into the runner by runner preview. We're doing this 2 weeks in a row now, and we'll do one for the Melbourne Cup. That's going to be the next runner by runner preview. I'm thanking you for all the support that we got last week for the Caulfield Cup day preview and the runner by runner preview. Thanks for everyone who tuned in. I hope you're tuning in for this video because it's going to be a huge one. We're going to get straight on with the market for the big one, the Cox Plate. Only 10 runners this year, and ZAAKI heads to the market at $2.80 ahead of ANNABEL at $4, a 3-year-old, and $7 for Very Elegant, coming off a disappointing run last start ahead of Gold Trip, the import, at $9 for Kiramar and David Eustace. As well as the market, we take a look at the speed map, and it looks like CALLSIGN, MAV, the International, and ZAAKI should go to the front. Close up behind them should be DALASAN and PROBABEEL slotting into positions. Very Elegant might need some luck slotting into a spot, but I think Malwunga should hold its spot well with CAPTIVANT. ANAMOE will be getting back with State of Rest, and Gold Trip, well, we don't really know what that's going to do considering it's an import, but it's back there. Overall, ZAAKI, the favourite, should get a good run, and PROBABEEL should be right there. The first horse we're going to take a look at for this runner by runner preview is ZAAKI. It is the favourite. ANNABEL, NEASHAM and James McDonald comes down from Sydney to combine. A cracking racehorse, a quality racehorse is ZAAKI. He's the most exciting horse in Australia with Incentivise. They both are very good horses, but we're going to look at ZAAKI's Caulfield Stakes run, where I thought it wasn't disappointing at all. They went slow, which didn't suit it, and I think the good 3 didn't suit it. So with a bit of good cushion in the track this week, should suit it further. Apparently it galloped much better at the Valley than at Caulfield, so I reckon it's spot on, and it should be $1.30 at least, ZAAKI. I think, judging by its Valley track gallop, 4th up will be peaking. It's a great profile going into this, winning the Underwood and then running well in the Caulfield Stakes. It'll get a great position from gate 6, outside or just behind CALLSIGN, MAV, who looks to be the most likely leader. As I've said, an exciting horse, was $1.28 last start in a Group 1 race. That's just like Winks, except just outside Winks. 59 kilos, doesn't look to be an issue. And J-Mac, he's ridden a lot of different horses in this race before, but he chooses ZAAKI for this one, so that's a good push. I'm with ZAAKI to win the Cox Plate. Number 2 is DALASAN, one of the outsiders of the field. Daniel Moore combines for Leon McDonald and Andrew GLUYAS. DALASAN's been running very well lately. Ran in the Sarupa Clark 2 back and wasn't disgraced there. And then in an Epsom with a pretty big weight was really game in defeat. Those, however, weren't weight for age races. It comes back to weight for age. Now it has to carry the same weight as ZAAKI, and I think we can all agree that ZAAKI's a better quality horse than DALASAN. However, he draws gate 3. He'll get a great position in running. J-Mac rode him last start, but chooses to ride ZAAKI. Not for me. DALASAN, no. Number 3, the first of the imports, is Gold Trip, Australian bloodstock. Own this one for Kiramar and David Eustace. Damien Oliver goes on for the ride. This horse, as most imports are on the Cox Plate, is first up. I'm not actually sure what to make of this horse, as I think we can all agree as Australians for imports. We're going to take a look at its run in the St. Cloud. I can't remember where it was, but I'm just going to get through it. Damien Oliver on, that's a big plus. Kiramar and David Eustace don't usually put Damien Oliver on for their rides, but that's a good push for Gold Trip. Damien Oliver's good over these distances. And especially these races. Its track work on Breakfast with the Best this morning was good. As you saw on the speed map, I didn't know where to put it. I hadn't seen it before, but it looks like it's going to get back off midfield. So from gate 2, that position, it might need some luck from the fence. It's never won first up. It might be suited over further. But soft track, it doesn't really do well at. It might be a soft 5, good 4, don't know. But Gold Trip, look, don't know what to make of it, but I'm not tipping it ahead of ZAAKI just because the unknown. Number 4 is the most likely leader in the race. His name is CALLSIGN, MAV, to be ridden by NOLEN. Another one of the imports coming down. It is the outsider of the field at $51, but I think it's a bit over the odds here. I think it it profiles similarly to Incentivise last week in the Caulfield Cup. I know Incentivise was, $1.80 or bouts there, was somewhere short, but hardly any horses won the Cox Plate third up, and not many horses have come through a 1600 metre distance before their last start. So CALLSIGN Mav, it's a leader. Like Incentivise, I think it's over the odds because of that stat. It's 3 weeks between runs. The only query I had with CALLSIGN Mav was this soft track, or soft 5. It might not be that bad. I think it's still over the odds though. Number 5 is Mo'unga, ANNABEL NEASHAM's second runner at the race that we're previewing right now. Hugh Bowman takes the ride from gate 4 for Mo'unga. We're going to take a look at its Epsom run. It was a very good run from Mo'unga, steaming home from the back with the big weight. I expected it to be a touch shorter in the market, considering in the Maccabi Diva Stakes this preparation, it was only about a nose off Incentivise, and we know what Incentivise has done since that. So I was a bit surprised by that. It should be, off midfield somewhere. It profiles really well, however, coming into this race compared to winners from the previous years. I reckon it's well weighted. 57 kilos is ideal, in my opinion, for the Cox Plate. Its position, well, don't know where it gets to from gate 4. It'll get back. Might need some luck running over the likes of ZAAKI and PROBABEEL. But no, I reckon Mo'unga's a pretty good chance. Number 6 is one of my personal favourites, Very Elegant. A disappointing run last start in the Turnbull Stakes behind Incentivise. I was on Very Elegant that day, and I'm forgiving it. I might be a bit biased because I tipped it, but I'm forgiving a Very Elegant. I thought it sat too close. You know how sometimes when it's a small field and the horse that's meant to get back and charge home settles like behind the leaders, can't run on. Well, that's what I think happened to it. Even though it's a champion, it still can't get through that. So Very Elegant, we're going to take a look at its run 2 back, beating Riadini and Think It Over. That might not be as strong as form contesting as ZAAKI, but the way it did it was good. A bit more cushion in the track this time will help it. It was very keen with Damien Lane this morning on Breakfast for the Best, so I'm not sure if that's something to be concerned about. But 57 kilos, it's a champion. It's respected by the market considering that tough run last start and disappointing run. J-Mac rides ZAAKI over Very Elegant, which is the big one for me. I'm not so sure. That's a good push for Very Elegant, but I think he can run a cracking race with Damien Lane. Number 7 is the horse that upset ZAAKI last start, and her name is PROBABEEL. Comes into the Cox Plate for the second year running, and this year I reckon it'll be way more suited than last year. It beat ZAAKI last start, as we've said. Let's discuss it. I think PROBABEEL was much better suited to the slow tempo and the firm track last start, so I think ZAAKI has more improvement than it off its last run. We're going to take a look at the Caulfield Stakes again, this time focusing in on PROBABEEL. I think from gate 7 can settle just behind the leaders, maybe one out, one back behind ZAAKI, or a pair further back, but I don't think it'll get that far back. I reckon it's over the odds at $15. ZAAKI's $2.80, PROBABEEL's $15. I can't see how that's a thing considering the last run in the Caulfield Stakes. I still think ZAAKI's a better chance than on the weekend, but PROBABEEL, it beat it last start. Like it's got to be lower in the market than that, in my opinion. It's a major chance. The trainer of the 2020 Melbourne Cup winner, Twilight Payments, saddles up State of Rest in the Cox Plate this year. Number 8, we're going to take a look at it. John Allen takes the ride. The Irishman from gate 8, both Irish, the trainer and the jockey. I can see why he's booked John Allen, Joseph O'Brien. $10 it's come up. So I don't really judge the internationals as well as some of the professionals, but considering it's $10, that's a good push for me. We're going to take a look at its win last start. I can't remember what it was contesting. It was somewhere, but it came from the back and won. Its position in running. Now, it's going to get back from gate 8. Whether it has the quality to run over the likes of ZAAKI and all them, and I'm not sure about that. But if it does win on the weekend, State of Rest coming from the back, I will be surprised and thrilled of how exciting this horse could be. Obviously, that last start win was good, but is it classy enough to beat the likes of ZAAKI? It's never won past 1,900 metres. I'm not sure. State of Rest, I've just put question marks on my rundown here, so not sure how to treat it, but it's in there with a chance. Number 9 is the first of the 3-year-olds, ANAMOE, the winner of the Caulfield Guineas. 49.5 kilos for Craig Williams is absolutely ideal for this horse. It's starting at the moment at about $4. That really surprised me. I thought it'd be a bit higher in the market considering the likes of PROBABEEL and Very Elegant in the race this year. But no, it's in with a $4 chance, and I'm respecting that as well. We're going to take a look at its Caulfield Guineas win, where I got the perfect card into the race and only managed to just scrape past CAPTIVANT. Whether the form is strong enough, I'm not sure. CAPTIVANT was paying $26 on that occasion, so I'm not sure. It's going to be getting a long way back from gate 10, unfortunately. Whether it's a good enough horse, as we've already said from many from the back, this race to run past the likes of ZAAKI, nah, I don't know. I don't think so, personally, but it can get close. It can get into the placings. The only time it's missed a placing in its career was its first run behind Fake Love on Guineas Day, and it should have finished a lot closer there. So ANNABEL's in for third for me. The last horse we're going to take a look at is obviously the horse that nearly beat ANAMOE last start. We just saw that. His name is CAPTIVANT, trained by Peter and Paul Snowden. Dean Yendall takes the ride for the 49.5 kilos. We're going to take a look at the Caulfield Guineas again, just highlighting CAPTIVANT. Now, it got the perfect card into the race on this occasion, just like ANAMOE. Unfortunately, wasn't strong enough to hold out ANAMOE at the end, but it's a good chance. As I've already said with many runners, I don't want to restate myself again, but I'm going to have to. Is it up to the class as ZAAKI and PROBABEEL and VERRY Elegant? I'm not sure. But from gate 1, can get a really good position closer than what it normally can. Maybe box seat, hopefully. It might need luck at the top of the straight, however. As I've put down here, it's going to get a good position in the running, and class, question mark, I've put. So I'm happy to take on CAPTIVANT compared to ANAMOE, and ANAMOE compared to ZAAKI, so CAPTIVANT is out of my top 5. Which now moves us on to my top 4 for the Cox Plate this year, or 5. I don't know how to say it, but it's top 5 anyway. I'm very keen on ZAAKI. I reckon it should be shorter in the market. Forgive it for its last start. It's a great, great horse. J-Mac takes the ride. I'm looking forward to see what ZAAKI can do on the weekend. It's for second, VERRY Elegant. The champion racehorse of the year last season, has got the quality, has got the class, and can easily win. ANAMOE is the best of the 3-year-olds, obviously, in this race, and I think it might get further back from gate 10 than expected and might have to run past some quality horses, but I think it can sneak into a placing. PROBABEEL is majorly over the odds. I've got it in there for 4th. It can give ZAAKI and VERRY Elegant a shake-up, and Mo'unga I thought was a touch over the odds as well, with Hugh Bowman in the saddle and ANNABEL NEASHAM. But that's my preview for the Cox Plate for 2021. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for next week, because my Melbourne Cup live stream barrier draw reaction will be occurring when the barrier draw comes out for the Melbourne Cup, and also the Melbourne Cup runner by runner preview, which also attracts many viewers each year. Last year we had 4,100 views on that, so I'm looking forward to getting into it this week, but until then, bye bye.